coaching business is huge now. And you're helping so many women like find themselves after 40. And I know you have some younger clients too, but really there's something that happens in your 40s as you get closer to 50. And it has a lot to do with hormones.
A lot.
But I think it has even more to do with where your life is at that point. So let's think about that for a minute and let's talk about that, because a lot of women in their 40s and mid 40s, they've raised their kids, or they're still raising their kids. Maybe their kids are in high school, but basically their kids have a life and they don't really need them the way that they needed them when they were little. They may or may not be married with a spouse that's off working and off doing this. And a lot of times, a lot of the women that I talk to have been home taking care of their home and their kids and their husbands. And then no one needs them anymore. And it's like, okay, now what do I do?
Where's my purpose?
What's my purpose? What am I supposed to do now? And then add to that their hormones are also in a space where they're like, what are we supposed to do now?
It's a terrible, it's a horrible recipe.
It really is. And I always think it's just God's joke that he plays on us, you know?
It is.
I think that women need so much guidance when they enter this phase. And so you're really a godsend, what you've been doing for women. And so talk a little bit about the coaching.
It's purpose. It is the pain that I went through. And that's what I really invite all of my clients to do, is look at your pain points and the things that you overcome.
Yeah.
I have that like a mandate on a spiritual level, a calling, an assignment to pass along what I've learned. And I just started saying this recently. I'm like, I'm not a guru, I'm a guide. I was my first client. I had to get my shit together. I had to figure out what I wanted. And so for a lot of these women, and I have a lot of SMU girls, and what college girls are going through these days is just mind-boggling.
I can't
even imagine. Yeah. So when you get into your 40s and everything that you just said, so many of my clients, they get to that point, we've all heard it, I've lost myself. I don't even know how to put together an outfit. So it began with...
And I've got 30 extra pounds that are traveling along with me because of perimenopause. Yeah.
So yes, the perfect storm of low self-confidence. You look in the mirror, you don't even recognize yourself anymore. So how can you even love yourself? And so this idea that I've started really speaking on is not a popular conversation, but it's a quiet desperation of self-loathing that women are carrying. And I was a pro at it. And I wore all the masks, and some people are like, I knew you back then. You were fabulous then. And I'm like, if you only knew what I was dealing with up here.
And what a great actress I am.
And that's what I did for a living. Right. So it carried over into my personal life. So when women get, and that's a little mini rock bottom, it could be a big rock bottom for some women when they're empty nesters and it's like, okay, I'm not needed anymore. I look in the mirror and I don't even know who I am. So they reach out.
Or there's like a divorce. And now they're like, oh wow, I'm on my own completely.
Yeah.
You know, as a middle-aged mom and with no career maybe, or a stagnant career, or a career that they gave up and now they're having to revisit. I mean, it is really hard. If we had 5 actionable steps, and we can talk through them and kind of make them up as we go. 5 actionable steps to recreate yourself when you are in that place that we just described. What would step 1 be?
Is to acknowledge where you are. I think either women are future tripping, and that's where anxiety, right? They say anxiety is future tripping because you're worried about the future, or the depression comes from you're ruminating in the past. So where are you right here, right now? And I've just been through this in this season of menopause where I've had this roller coaster and saying, okay, you know what? I did it today in the closet. I thought, you know what? I could go the easy route, but you know what? I'm recreating myself. I want to be, I don't want to lose my edge.
Yeah.
So I got out the, 3-barrel curler and sat in the closet and said, who do I want to be? Who do I want to be today? And women don't really ask themselves that because they're future tripping, or they're thinking about how fabulous they were when they were 30 and their ass was tight and their boobs were high and they wore a size 2, right?
Yes.
So where are you right here, right now? And embracing it, sitting with it, and giving yourself grace for where you are right now and saying, okay, I'm acknowledging where I am today. And then you say, enough is enough. Most women say, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yep.
So if you get to that point, congratulations.
I always think too that there's no walking around the fire. There's no jumping over it. You have to walk through it. And so once you sit with yourself and you go, okay, this is where we're at, then I think the next step is making a plan.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And that's when you said that, I love the idea of the phoenix rising from the ashes. And I felt that many times on this journey. It's not just once, or it's that cocooning. I talk a lot about cocooning, and in the beginning, cocooning can be so depressing. You're isolating, you're setting yourself, God may set you apart to strip you of all the egoic things that you think you need or who you need to be for other people. And so in those moments, to me, they're so beautiful when a woman decides to just cocoon, or I'm going to walk through this fire, and who I'm going to become on the other side and the strength that I've gained. She is going to be a baddie, right? So the second step would be, okay, what do I really want? Who do I want to be?
Yeah.
And women, when they
and that's where I think it's great to get inspiration from women like you, from the people who you see if you're on social media. Follow the people who you want to emulate.
Absolutely.
I think emulating is a great place to be. I think being
not
inspired,
not
copycat, but being inspired by other women instead of being threatened or feeling like, oh, I'm not good enough, and oh, it's easy for you to sit here, Tiffany, you're gorgeous. I want women to look at that and just be like, she is, but so am I.
Exactly.
And so will this version of myself that I'm busy crafting. And I think that's also key, is that I think we get tired, we're sick and tired. I think that making the effort to craft this new version of yourself, it is an effort, but it's, in my opinion, it's the best effort you'll ever make.
Well, in my private Facebook group, the header says, you are your most important investment.
Yeah.
So you're either bankrupt spiritually, mentally, physically. This is a body, mind, and spirit thing. We all know, and we're all about the beauty and the aesthetics. You can go get all the Botox and the filler and the hair extensions and all of that. Yeah. But if you are bankrupt on the inside, you're never going to truly fulfill the destiny on your life, and have the peace and fulfillment that God intends for you. Yeah. Right. So sitting with yourself and then saying, who do I want to be? Curating your feed or getting out in real time, in IRL, in real life, with women that you feel their energy. You can ask these questions, have these conversations, and really pay attention to the women on the feed that you feel, competition. It's all an energy. To me, it's all an energy. And so the thing that I did, actually, I forgot about this, during Real Housewives, during the filming, I'm a vision board person. I have been since I was a kid, and my mom let me.
saying I'm going to do a vision board, and I've never done one.
Well, let's do one.
Can we have?
Let's do a vision board party. Yeah. So my mom let me plaster my walls. I had Paulina Porizkova, I had Duran Duran, I had Blackie, I had John Stamos I had everybody. And
I still love John. He'll still go on my vision board.
Good. The man is like,
he doesn't age.
What are you doing? So the power of vision and the power of what you keep in front of your face and in your mind every single day is powerful. So during Real Housewives, next to my vanity, I pulled out all of these images from magazines of powerful women. I mean, from artists and singers to actresses to boss babes, whatever. And I just plastered my wall to give me inspiration, not to be like them, not to be them, but who are you surrounding yourself with?
Inspire, yes.
Even a vision board and something, or a collage wall, it's who you're surrounding yourself with.
I'm a big one with inspiration. I need some sort of guidance from me to sort of like settle in on what my path is,
And that goes along with, I do this from time to time when I feel like I want to revamp my style a little bit, tweak it. And you're a fashion girl. It's like, I don't keep up with the trends now because I need what works for me, my personality. I do a blend of masculine and feminine pieces always. That's my go-to. And I'll do a wall. I'll do a vision board of like, this is future me. So I want to make decisions from her. Yes. Not from who I was when I was 30, and maybe not even who I am now because I'm still growing and healing. But if I want to be the most empowered version of myself, the most stylish, the most confident, the most make decisions from that person.
Yes.
From that woman.
Can we talk about that for a minute? Because I do think that's another thing that it's a struggle in that this new phase of life, I call it, is recreating your style and doing your makeup differently and getting a different hairstyle. And I think it's so easy to get stuck, you know, and just really shaking that up is, I think, a great practice.
Right. And I did it this morning. Like I said, I was in the closet saying, okay, the things that you always go for. And I'm like, you know what? I have those great pair of Veronica beard pants. Where are they?
Is that what these are? Because they're gorgeous.
Thank you. But it's what are you going to? Yeah. Okay, move things around in your closet. I have clients do a day of like play dress up in your closet. When's the last time you put things on and just shop your closet? And I started that back with Sanctuary Style on YouTube. It's like, before you go shopping, what do you have in your closet? It's and so mix smart. Mash things.
Yes.
Put and things
together that you wouldn't have put together.
Yes.
That's where Courtney comes in for me. She's like the style guru in my life. She'll come over and like, if I have a trip, she'll come and like pull outfits for me. And she'll just take stuff that's in the closet and I'll be like, how did you put that together?
Right.
Like
it's the blind
spot that I didn't get, you know?
Right. Well, no, you do amazing, but we all have blind spots in all these different areas, like you mentioned with makeup or hair. And I finally had to redo my makeup as well because my skin changes with menopause. It's like every 4 or 5 months, I have a new skin change.
Yeah.
So the makeup that I was using before, I look like a drag queen.
That's hormones too.
Yeah. I was like, this makeup is not working for me. And you're spending so much money on trying to find a fix. So it is one of those things with all of this, even your mindset. It's like, when you think of on your computer and you put everything drag and drop and put it in the trash can, like just trash can it and like have a clean slate.
Yeah.
And start adding and curating different things.
Inspiration.
What works for you. And I follow Courtney. She's one of the only fashion bloggers that I follow. And some of the things that these girls wear, it's like, okay, I love that on her, but I know that's not going to work for me. Keep moving on.
But how can I take this trend that I'm seeing and how can I make that work for me at my age, at where I'm at in life? And I think that's so important.